can you deal with perfectionism? That's the topic I'm addressing today with the right question. I'm Daphne Gray Grant, your publication coach, still in pandemic mode. I have a question from Nan Woody, a student based in Tirana, Albania. Here's what she's asked by email. I face 4 big issues when it comes to writing. Panic. I feel as though I will never finish my paper. Perfectionism. I want my writing to be perfect, even though I know no one else is perfect and I'm a human being like everyone else. Imposter syndrome. I keep asking myself what I'm doing here. Lack of confidence. I don't trust my results and I trivialize my work all the time. Can you give me any advice that will help? Thanks for your questions, Nan. I don't know if this will help, but the vast majority of grad students I work with feel exactly the same way. It's also interesting that the 4 points you mention, panic, perfectionism, imposter syndrome, and lack of confidence, are so clearly related to each other. In fact, to me, all your problems stem from the same root, perfectionism. Think about it. Panic comes from perfectionism because you know you can never be perfect. In fact, you made that point in your question to me. Imposter syndrome comes from perfectionism because you feel fake. Why? Because you're not perfect, of course. Lack of confidence comes from perfectionism because you want to be perfect and you're not. So I strongly suggest you address your perfectionism, and I think those other issues will fall by the wayside. Here are 7 tips for you. 1. Recognize that perfectionism is a problem. Something about the word perfect sounds delightful to the human ear. What could be better than that? But that idea is a trap. When you expect perfection, you're setting an unrealistic standard for yourself that's both demoralizing and self-defeating. Keep reminding yourself that good enough is good enough. 2. Create more realistic goals for yourself. Replace your perfectionistic expectations with ones you can actually achieve. And pay attention to what you can do rather than to factors you can't control. For example, you have no power over whether your prof gives you an A, a B, a C, or whatever. But you do have the ability to finish your paper 5 days early so you have plenty of time for editing it. 3. Be aware your first draft will never be any good. Some of my clients feel despair that their first draft is no good. Here's what I tell them. Professional writers don't write first drafts that are any good either, not even Stephen King or Margaret Atwood. All professional writers understand that writing is an iterative process. Your writing will improve with each draft, so your main job is to write that first draft as quickly as possible so you have plenty of time for editing later. 4. Challenge your inner critic. Our inner critics love to give us a bad time. They tell us our writing is no good, that we're imposters, and that everyone else is much more successful and talented than we are. Even super successful writers like Maya Angelou, see link below, felt this way. Understand that this is just all talk with no evidence. Tell your inner critic to take a hike. 5. Stop yourself from multitasking. Multitasking, where you try to do more than one thing at once, is endemic among students. They not only try to juggle texting with writing or Facebooking with writing, but they also try to manage researching with writing or editing with writing. Resolve that you will not allow yourself to go down this troubled path. Multitasking is stressful and will cause you to make more mistakes. Resolve to do just one thing at a time. When you write, write. When you edit, edit. You'll be a much happier person and better writer that way. 6. Stop procrastinating. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start your next essay. Instead, begin it immediately as soon as you get the assignment. You'll be empowered by taking action and you'll get more done. 7. Understand that time off is not time wasted. Many people who suffer from perfectionism drive themselves so hard that they won't take any time off or do anything fun at all. This is always a mistake. But if this attitude describes you, I strongly suggest you read the book The Now Habit by Neil Fiore, link below. Fiore presents a delightful plan for something he calls the unschedule. Give it a try. I think you'll find it very helpful. Finally, let me wrap up with a quote from the writer and marketer Ryan Holiday. Perfectionism rarely begets perfection or satisfaction, only disappointment. Nan, perfectionism is a soul-sucking habit. Take steps to fight it immediately. Embracing your own imperfection will be the best favor you can ever do for yourself. If you'd like to learn more about how to make your writing a happier and more rewarding process, check out my latest book, Your Happy First Draft. It's not available in bookstores or on Amazon. The only place you can get it is my website. Link below and in the show notes.